Hello, I'm Mel and I blog at lecoindemel.com. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 of my favourite recipes with you. They're kind of really easy, midweek kind of recipes. They're really not complicated, but I still find them absolutely amazing. They're really delicious, really easy to make, really quick, and full of goodness. So, what else would you want from a recipe really? So these 3 recipes are, first of all, a bolognese pasta, a muffin, chocolate muffin, and an ice cream, strawberry ice cream. Now the difference with these recipes is that they're all free from, so they're all gluten-free, egg-free, nut-free, wheat-free, and also dairy-free. Because one of my daughters has got allergies, so we just tend to, to make allergy-friendly food. They also happen to be reduced in calories, and that's all part of a challenge I was given by Fanta. I don't know if you've noticed, but the people at Fanta, they've just redesigned their logo. It's all nice and fresh, and if you look at the bottle, they've just made it all nice and funky. I just thought initially, oh, this is just like a nice, funny, different design, but actually, when you start pouring, it just makes life so much easier. You know those big bottles, like a 2-litre bottle, you've got to kind of hold it with both hands, but this one is different. It's really cool. There you go. It's a really hot day today, so I can't tell you how much I want this drink. I don't know about you, but I really like the new look, the new design. It just looks fresh. It just looks nice and kind of modern. And that design, it's never been done before. It just breaks from that traditional cylinder shape. Like it, and it's just really nice for pouring, like I said before. It's not the first time I've tried it. I really love it, so. Oh gosh, I needed a cold drink. Now, this Fanta is really lovely. I much prefer it to the old Fanta. I don't know, I find it fresher, tastes more orangey. It's really lovely. Anyhow. The big difference with this new Fanta is it's got a third less sugar than the previous Fanta. It's got 4.6 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters, whereas before it was 6.9 grams of sugar per 100 milliliters. So they have, I think they've done a really good job. I think it tastes different, and it tastes much nicer to me anyway. I was away on a retreat last week with some of my friends, and I brought loads of Fanta, and I said to them, oh, go on, try it and tell me what you think. And so here is what they said. It's so refreshing. Yeah, like I said, lovely drink when it's hot. It's orangey and fresh. It'd be lovely with vodka. That's a naughty girl. It smells like Fanta. It does smell like Fanta. It's so bubbly. It tastes like Fanta. Okay, so one of them really thought that it tasted like Fanta. She liked the fact that it had loads of bubbles. Somebody else said it was like a little bit of sunshine in a glass. Clearly we've got poets amongst my friends. And somebody else mentioned the shape of the bottle, just like I said, it's really easy to pour, nice and lovely. A lot of people are trying to reduce their sugar intake, and I think it's really commendable that Fanta have tried to reduce the sugar in their drinks without compromising on the taste. I think that's really important. It still tastes absolutely lovely, even better than before, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, the taste is there. It's a lovely taste. And there's sugar. It's a winner for me. So there you go. So with this in mind, with their reduction of sugar, the people at Fanta decided to challenge a few bloggers to create recipes that would be lower in calories. So this is where I come, really. So for my 3 recipes, I've reduced calories. I don't normally look at calories, so it was a bit of an eye-opener, really. My recipes are quite healthy. So we've got 3. The first one, spaghetti bolognese. I'm going to be using beef today, but you can make it vegan, and we regularly have it as a vegan option. So first of all, what I do with this pasta is I'm trying to include a little bit of greens in there, because my children and my husband will not touch courgette. I love courgettes. I just don't understand why they don't like courgette, but there you go. So I hide the courgettes in that dish. What I do is I use about 2/3 of gluten-free pasta, which is the same amount of calories as normal pasta, and 1/3 of courgettes or courgetti. So courgettes that kind of pull through, that spiralizer kind of thing. I've got a handheld thing. Now, obviously, courgettes are much lower in calories than pasta. It's about 17 calories for 100 grams of courgettes, whereas pasta, I believe, is about 280 calories per 100 grams. So you reduce calories in there. That's not my aim. My aim is to add more vegetables to my children's diet. In my pasta sauce is all made from scratch, and it's really, really nice and easy. It's got a little bit of olive oil, onion, garlic, carrots, celery, chopped tomatoes, herbs. It's just yummy. I add a vegetable cube as well to my red split lentils, because I use red split lentils. I add a vegetable stock cube, just to add a little bit of flavour to the red split lentils. Now, coming to the red split lentils, so if you wanted to have it as a vegan bolognese, you could use it like that with the lentils, give you a nice little texture. If you want to have it with meat, what I do is I do half lentils and half meat. The reason for this is that it doesn't really alter the taste very much to add lentils, and it also means that I can afford to buy the best beef possible. So instead of buying cheap minced beef that I would shudder just the thought of eating, I'm actually buying beef that is organic, grass-fed, British beef. So I just put half beef and half lentils, and it's absolutely delicious. I do the same for my lasagna as well. So there you go, that's my first dish. Then we do some chocolate muffins, and they're absolutely delicious. So our chocolate muffins, right, I've just, I've got my little research there. I've got my book for the normal chocolate muffins that I make. So the regular chocolate muffins that I normally would make, if they're not vegan, would have 80 grams of butter, 280 grams of sugar, caster sugar, flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, salt, and 240 milliliters of whole milk and 2 large eggs. So that's the original, chocolate muffin recipe I use. My recipe that I developed a few years ago, instead of eggs, I use chia seeds. So obviously the calories there, is like second to none. You've got about 300 calories for 2 eggs, I guess, and chia seeds, virtually nothing. So chia seeds or flax seeds are brilliant substitute for eggs. I'll show you how to do it a bit later. I use 70% dark chocolate, but don't just use chocolate. I kind of use half chocolate and half cacao powder. So instead of full fat milk in this recipe, I use coconut milk. You could use any dairy-free milk alternative, really. If you can tolerate almond milk or oat milk if you like it, or soya milk, or soya drink, go for it. I personally really like the coconut drink. It's really, really nice. Again, it's very low in calorie compared to full fat milk. I use dairy-free spread, which is lower in calorie than regular butter. Not that much, but it is lower than regular butter. And I use self-raising gluten-free flour. I always use the free from Fairy because it's the one that gives the best results. Every other free from flour I've tried just doesn't give the same results at all. I use 90 grams of demerara sugar rather than white sugar. So that original recipe had 280 grams of sugar. I use 90 grams of, demerara sugar rather than the white sugar. And they still taste absolutely delicious. I'm making ice cream. Now this ice cream is just delicious. We absolutely love it at home. All I use to make that ice cream is really, really simple. You just plop 400 grams of frozen strawberries, half a sliced banana that's already frozen, and 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. And there you are. You've got about 4-6 scoops of ice cream with that, and it's absolutely delicious. Gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, allergy-friendly, and it's like, I mean, frozen strawberries have 33 calories per 100 grams. Frozen bananas would have 89 calories per 100 grams. If you compare that to regular, you know, strawberries and cream ice cream, you'd have 243 calories per 100 gram. So there you go. Shall we get cooking now? Oops. Right, so welcome to my teeny weeny kitchen. Before we get started, let me just put my hair up. Well, just doing a plait or something. Just don't like having my hair in the way when I'm cooking, and I don't want any hair to end up in the food. Have a drink now. So like I said before, the first ingredient, my egg replacer, is chia seeds. So I use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. That makes the equivalent of 2 eggs. So we've got a nice powder. Now I'm just going to put my powder in a little cup. Whoops! Doesn't matter if there's anything left in there. Woo! And then mix with, so 2 chia eggs, so 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to use 6 tablespoons of water. It looks quite horrible and gloopy, but I promise you it really turns into nice egg-like gloop. I use 60 grams. 60 grams of dark 70% chocolate. 20-second blasts in the microwave, and just check or stir in between. Generally takes about 3 or 4 blasts and it's done. It's a blender recipe, so I blitz it all in the Vitamix, and that's it. You don't need, you know, loads of utensils and things. So with those blenders, it's best to start with the liquids. So 185 ml. I also use 65 grams of dairy-free spread. Just put that back to 0. 65. 150 grams of self-raising flour. So like I said, I only use the Free from Fairy. It's one of my friends, Vicky, who developed her own recipe because she wasn't happy with the Free from flours on the market, and it's seriously amazing. I never went back to another flour blend. And it's self-raising. So 150. 150. Add 90 grams of demerara sugar. 25 grams of cacao powder. It's really hard to find cocoa powder that is dairy-free, but cacao powder is naturally dairy-free. You just get that from the health shop, and it's really, really good. It's really good for your heart. It's yummy. Right, so I've got the chocolate. It's not completely melted, but if I give it a little stir, a little nudge, it's fine. It's almost completely melted. And the rest would be blended, so it's fine. And my chia eggs, so you can see it's all nice and solid, like gloopy like. See, it's nice and thick now. Looks better than before. So I'm going to plop that in. So that's it. That's it. So you've got 6 ingredients, full of goodness, full of yumminess. And I'm just going to blitz that, and we'll be ready. My oven's on already. It's on gas mark 4, I think. It's about 180 degrees. Got a fan oven. And we're done. The recipe makes 10. Sometimes 12, but mostly 10. And what I do is I just use an ice cream scoop. It's the perfect dose. It's just the perfect measure for 1 muffin. So there you go. 1 cupcake muffin. No. So 1, there you go. Plop. Nice and easy. And you know what? The dough is lovely and it's safe. It's got no egg. So these babies are going to go in the oven for 15 to 19 minutes. They are better if they're slightly undercooked rather than overcooked. Overcooked could be a bit dry. Slightly undercooked, they'll be a little bit fudgy. Right, now then, this recipe is so easy, you feel like a real cheat calling it a recipe, but there you go. Strawberries, absolutely delicious. For bananas, I use about 60 grams of bananas. That's like half a banana to a banana, small banana. And then 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. And that is it. 1, 2, 3. Love maple syrup. And blitz. And you're done. You can eat it straight away. It's like soft serve ice cream, but we like it like that. If you prefer firm ice cream, just scoop it into bowls and then freeze it like that, so it's ready, you know, ready scooped for whenever you want your ice cream. It's all a bit stuck, so I'm just gonna give it a little. Oops. Oh, that's so nice. I'm just gonna give it a little turn. It's already looking lovely. Half of it is pretty much done, really. It's seriously, I can't emphasize enough how important it is to have a good blender. All done. So there you have it. Super duper easy strawberry ice cream. Ready in what? 2 minutes? Now one of my daughters is wheat free, so she doesn't have cones, so I just serve it like that. She loves it. The others are quite keen on the good old cones, so I've got cones for them. Check this out. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, seriously, it's so good. It's never gas, it's healthy ice cream. Oh, it's too good. Our muffins are now ready. Oh, check these out. I'm going to move on to my Bolognese now. The first thing to do is to obviously measure your 100 grams of red split lentils. So just make sure that you rinse until the water is completely clear. Then you cover in water, cold water, and plop in, your vegetable stock in there for extra flavours. And then you just have to let it cook. Once it boils, I just let it boil for about 10 minutes. Reduce and then leave it for about 20 minutes. Then I drain the extra liquid and it will go with the sauce. Right, the lentils are on the hob and I'm going to prep the veg for the Bolognese. I love prepping veg, it's just, I find it so relaxing. Love it. So first, 1 onion that I will chop. And then I've got my celery stalk that I've just washed. You just want to get rid of the stringy bits. To do that, just do that. And it all comes off nicely. I'll get rid of the ends as well. And again, chop really finely. Oh, I find that so therapeutic. Seriously, love it. Carrots. And 1 garlic clove. I find it really hard. Well, it's tiny, I get 2. I find it really hard to find decent garlic here. Best way to peel it is to squash it with the back of a knife, and then it peels really easily. Yeah, I find it really hard to find good garlic here. The only decent one I find is in Marks, so I always buy mine in Marks and Spencer's. There we go. then you just get your dish, put it on the heat. I love a huge casserole dish. That's what I use all the time. I always cook in big quantities, so it's perfect really. So you leave it to heat up first, then you add your oil. So after about 30 seconds-ish. A couple of tablespoons. Drink. Oh yeah. Ça risole. I don't know what it is in English. What do you call that sound in English? Is there a word for it? In French we say ça risole. Sounds nice, doesn't it? So just give it 5 minutes. You want it to take a teeny bit of colour. Oh my gosh, the smell is just incredible. A little bit, a bit of colour. So I'm just going to add chopped tomatoes. So I'm going to go for I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's just to get rid of the acidity in the tomatoes. Otherwise you get that not nice acidic feeling in your tummy. And then I season. I like a mix of herbs, so a mix of herbs. And that's just going to work its magic. I don't have to do anything else until it's ready to serve for this. Right, so if you're going for the vegan option, that's it, you're done. You just have to wait and, make your courgette and cook your pasta. And then mix the lentils with the sauce. If you're going for the meat option, well, it's really nice beef. And then as the pan is heating, just separating the meat. A couple of tablespoons, maybe 1 tablespoon. It's not greasy at all, it's really lovely beef. And you're just going to brown the meat. Always use fleur de sel, best salt. Fleur de sel or molten salt, lovely salt. And freshly ground pepper. That will take about 5 minutes. And as this is happening, I'm going to turn my courgettes into courgette. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just make sure you give us a little like, comment, watch another video, and see you soon. Bye!